All right, welcome to the party, ladies and gentlemen. My Dragon Riders, how y'all doing? You give me a second while I get my mic and my hat adjusted. Day 5 of the 25 days of Fitmas. Today, as you can clearly see, is Legpress. Now, y'all gotta give me a second because I started this live a little late because I had to charge my phone. And because I had to charge my phone, I wasn't able to hook the mic in. So, because I didn't have the mic, I ain't started the live. So, I did a good 3-4 sets while I was letting my phone charge. So I'm feeling it right now, but that's all right because I'm gonna talk you through this. Right, talk you through this. All right, hold on a second. I don't want this. I want the mic ruffling around everywhere. All right. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Now we all set and ready to go. So leg press. Now I know that most of you all, if you've ever done leg press, or you come to leg press, you're setting up your feet. You may start wide because you want to hit your quads, or you may try to go up super high up here to try and focus on the hamstrings more. While I don't disagree with moving your foot along the platform to shift where the load is, as you all know, I'm going to disagree with putting your heels down. Regardless of where I put my feet for my leg press, the same rules apply that we talked about with the squats. Feet together. I put my feet together. This is where I like to have all my power generated. Because if I was going to jump, I jump up highest as I'm close here. All my energy and force is pushed into this single point. Now, you can go wider to hit to activate a little deeper in certain areas of the muscle, sure, but you want to stay in the ball of the foot where all that action is supposed to be. So, I like to go just over where that midline is at the bar. Like if you're sitting in a leg press and you're looking at the leg press machine, where that bar goes right across, that's where our center of gravity for this weight is. So that's where I like to control it at the center. So I'm a little bit above it because I know where my feet are going to end up. Now, this is all the way down. Completely. As always, you want full range of motion. Because what happens when you only practice this range here, you get tired and the weight falls down on you. Now, you do have this safety measure here in the middle. You can place this where you need to, and it'll stop there. But wherever it stops, if you haven't practiced that, hold on, let me move this out the way. If you haven't practiced that bottom tier range of motion from here, from the very start point, then you aren't going to have all of the requisite strength to work this workout. Woo! The other beautiful thing about keeping my heels off is I'm not just working my quads and my hamstrings. My calves are on fire because the foot is working the entire time. I hope I'm at the right angle for you to see this. My pressure point, my line is here. This is where all the force is being generated. Now, you got to think about your force generation. You got to think about your contact point and the force generated. Very much in the same way, an open hand slap doesn't generate as much force as a closed hand fist. Once you start to minimize that contact point with the same amount of force, I'm using the same amount of leg force with my whole foot down as I am with my forefoot down. The same leg force is going through, but the contact point is smaller. Therefore, the power is better because I'm not spreading my power throughout all of my feet here in my heels. That's what you have to do when you're on the leg press with your heels pressed in, because you're pressing through your heels, and it's very difficult to make that a singular contact point for a good reason. There are good reasons, but majority of people that are at a baseline level do not have the requisite strength to try those extraordinary type of workouts. You want to stay in your lane. That's the best way to drive, best way to work out. But again, I minimize the contact point. I'm now exerting more for all that force into that singular point instead of a wide spread. Like, you want to think about your force generation widespread like a shotgun. Sure, I'm gonna get widespread, but the amount of force that's exerted isn't as much as if I fire 9 millimeter or 22 or 45 or 50 BMG. That singular point. So as I'm going through, heels are up. As I come down, the knees come out. That allows the hips to rotate and open up. And as I press back up, I come all the way down. Start slow. The reason why you want to start out slow is you want to make sure that you want to make sure that all the muscles in their individual stages are allowed to work properly. Yes, I've talked about working out and moving weight fast. You want to do that, but you start slow. You start slow and you build to lifting faster. Most people's problem is they never go to lifting faster, which is an issue you have to fix gradually. But you don't want to start out fast if it's something that you aren't used to. So you want to start slow, because as the knees out here on the way in, now my adductors are working along with my extenders and flexors. The quads extend the leg. The hamstring flexes the leg in. The abductors work to bring that knee back in this way. So if you aren't doing this in and out work, then you aren't getting the work on the inner thighs. Ladies, if you are trying to get rid of the cellulite here in the middle, keep doing your banded works, the booty bands and all that, but make sure that you are rotating the legs throughout the movement so that all the muscles are getting worked. Your body will always put fat in the areas that are worked the least. Majority of my body fat sits on my midsection in my stomach. There's no fat on my legs. There's no fat on my arms. It's all in my stomach. That's the area I move the least. So that's where my body has decided, okay, we need to save and store. We're going to put it where you're not going to touch it. In the same vein of a parent or aunt or uncle giving you a savings bond, they want to give you money, but they know you too young and dumb to do something smart with the money. So I'm going to put it where you can't touch it. So again, my contact point stays in the forefront of the feet, regardless of where I am. If I'm down here, or if I come all the way up here, I don't go that high as much, because this is a little harder to maintain that contact point with just the forefront. So that's why I stay right in here, because I want my squat to speak to my lunges. I want my lunges and my squats to speak to my leg presses, so that my lunges, my squats, and my leg presses can speak to my walk, my run, and my jump. If you want to find out, the truth, you have to follow the pattern. I know that my legs are going to be strong and stable because of the patterns that I established. I need to flip it back. There you go. All right, yeah. So I'm going to give you a side view. I'm going to put y'all, anybody over here, I'm going to put y'all right here. Yeah, y'all can see that. I'll let me know, by the way. I'll slide you a little bit. So when y'all, again, yeah, y'all can see all of this. That's the other benefit of being on my toes is it allows me that depth. I'm gonna do one on my heels for you to show you what I mean. Because at max, even with your feet lined up perfectly inside, with your heels down, you'll see this a lot. Which for this positioning, that's depth. I can't go no lower because my body is in the way. Now, if I move my contact point to where I'm on the ball of my feet and I'm allowing my knees to move, my thighs get out the way. My body is no longer a hindrance keeping me from getting to this depth. And on my way up, squeeze in, push up. Drop it down, rotate out. Squeeze in and push up. I always come out to that calf raise like movement at the very top. I gotta get some white shoes for y'all because I'm just realizing that it's hard to tell where my feet are with. I got black shoes, a black contact piece, and black weights. All black everything, baby. Now, once you have gotten yourself to the point where, I want to move you a little bit so y'all can see a little more. I'm gonna put y'all right behind me because I want you to see the foot depth. Again, you want to start off slow, but once you got to the point where you understand the amount of weight that you want to use and you've gotten comfortable, then you can start to speed up your movements. Peace. Yeah, y'all can kind of see. So, again, I want my contact point to be small. Aim small, miss small. Drop down, let the knees out. All the way down. Squeeze the butt first, then bring those knees inward. Press all the way out through the toes. Try to move my head out the way so you can see more of what's going on. I got to get another tripod that goes a little higher so y'all can have the drop angle like right above me. Now, once you perfected the weight you want to move slow, you start to move a little faster. Up, right back down. This is going to call for more energy production from the body. Even if you're staying with the same weight but moving it faster, your body got used to you moving the weight slow. It adjusted to how it's supposed to move that weight. It adjusted to how much force it needs to produce to move that weight. Once the body learns that, you have to change so that you don't plateau. It's what we call confusing the body, confusing the muscles. Because your body is always learning you. Your body, the same way you don't want to work out, your body don't really want to work out. If you have been a person that works out, your body is about survival. Your body don't care about you being sexy. Your body don't care about you looking good for your gym crush or for your at work husband. Your body don't give no damns about that. It cares only about survival. So everything that you do, it records as a lesson in how to survive. So when it comes to your workouts, you want to continually up the ante so that way your body has to continually learn and adapt and continue to improve. So once you start moving faster, you can do just 10. Start with 10. Do 10 slow. Once you got that down and control, do 10 faster. Once you got that down and control, you're going to do what we call explosions. It's like jumping. Real simple. You do everything you normally would with the leg press, except at the very top, you let it go. Now, if you notice, after I send the weight up, when it comes down, I'm still catching it with the ball of my foot, that contact point. Reason why is because as it contacts the foot, There's space for my foot to come down a little closer to the level to it, and my knees bend. All of this absorbs that impact. So there's no pressure on my joints. There's no harmful impact on my knees or onto my lower back. And if you were to do this with your heel center down, you explode up and you catch with that heel, that's dangerous for two reasons. One, it's very easy to hyperextend the knee on the leg press, and you're not getting any shock absorption, so that impact is sending straight through the bones to the joints, and the muscles are trying to catch up afterwards, but the damage has already been done. And the hyperextension of the knee is the other reason why you don't want to have your heels down on the leg press, because as you go through, you'll get tired and you'll want to rest up here. And because it is already your nature to, when you put your heels down, push your knees backward, your body will do that automatically without you thinking about it. And you won't be able to handle this weight that's on top of you, and it will cave. If you don't believe me, just get on YouTube and look for leg press accident. You'll find about 17, 20, 30, 40 different videos of somebody doing exactly what I just explained. I want y'all to have a side view, but I'm trying to not interrupt everybody else, workouts and shit. Whew. See, I'm really feeling that already. But in truth, that's really it about the leg press. When it comes to the weight that you want to use, start with just 45s. Start with a 45-pound weight on each side. That's 90 pounds. And then you got to check your machine. Okay. So just like on the Smith machine, you got to come over and check the machine and see what it starts at. So this leg press without any weight on it is 118 pounds. So I got to add that 118 to the 90 pounds I was telling you. But right now I got 45 times 6. Somebody smart, do the math and put it in the comments. Now, give me a second. Look, math is not my strong suit. That's why I'm not an accountant. Okay, I make no qualms about my skills and abilities or lack thereof. Let's go. 90, 180, 270 plus 118. 3 something. Boys and girls, this is why you should stay in school and do all your homework, so you can do this quick math in your head like that. Quick math is not my skill set, but quick workouts is my skill set. But yeah, on the leg press, keep it simple. Just go up about 45s. Start with just a 45 on each side. Let that be 90 pounds in your brain. Let that be 90 pounds in your brain, regardless of where you're doing your leg presses at. Remember to always keep your feet together, so you have a good solid base, a solid inside base. If you watch Olympic runners, when they run, if you pay attention to the contact point of their feet hit directly underneath them. Pay attention. Go watch some Olympic races. Go watch Sha'Carri Richardson. Go watch Usain Bolt, Flojo. Watch the videos in slow motion, and if you can see the side view, slow it down, and you'll see that their contact point is directly underneath them, and it looks like they're just gliding. And it also, their contact point is that forefront of the foot. So if the track to them and say, okay, what are they doing right that I need to mimic? That's how you figure out how to get the best out of your workouts. That's what this is. I know you haven't seen this hat. I ain't explained it at all. Actually, if y'all follow me on Instagram, then you see me talk about Goda. Some of my pages here, I've talked about Goda. But the greatest of all-time athletes, what they did was they looked at athletes who had never had a non-contact injury, were the best, the absolute best at their sport. And they also looked at indigenous cultures and animals, and they found the same pattern that I've been explaining here. So go to, there's a couple pages on TikTok. There's a couple pages, just type in GOATA, just how you say it, GOATA. Look them up. Everything that GOATA does is going to be contrary to what you've heard before in your regular fitness industry. That's why what I talk about always seems so weird. I've been following GOATA for the past 4 years, and I'm telling you, at 260 plus pounds, I don't have no more knee pain. I barely have any ankle pain. I've got minimal lower back pain. But because of following GOATA, that's why all that pain is non-existent and gone. I'm going to keep always hitting the invite joint. Whenever I see with the little go live together, I'm always going to hit that invite joint. So whenever y'all want to hop on here and talk and ask questions, I'm down. You feel me? But that's it. That's the leg press. So I'm going to continue to work out. I'm going to end this live because this is the live for the 25 days of Fitmas, day 5 leg press. I'm going to end this live and jump on another live and finish the remainder of my workout, which actually is almost done. So it might be like a 5-10 minute live or whatever. But I'm going to let y'all see all the crazy shit I do. There. So what I didn't show you was the single leg press. I'll do that for you real quick. Again, the positioning doesn't change a whole lot, but you do have to be cognizant of where your leg is, and you want to do single legs with less weight than you do dual leg, because you need to start out. You need to allow, you need to allow the muscles and the body to understand how to generate force and how to handle this weight on this leg by itself, when before you taught it how to do it on 2 legs. The reason why you want to do that is because you want to teach your body that regardless of if I have both legs or one leg, this is the motion and this is how we generate force. And as you strengthen your legs singularly, when you bring them back together, they're stronger and better off for it. The same way, like if you do marriage counseling, right? If you went off to a retreat and they had men's and women's counseling and then they brought the couple back together, you figure out what the fuck was wrong with you individually, accepted that, then came back together. Now you better. Body's the same way. Isolation is only purpose to help your group movement exercises. So I'm gonna show you the single leg press real quick. I'm gonna leave the same weight up here because I can do it. I can handle it. Because I want you to see. All right, don't fall. Hopefully that's a good spot. Because in all honesty, I've been working out for 49 minutes, but I've only burned like 490 calories. I burn about 10 calories every 10 minutes. Woo! I'm burnt already. So, of course, I want to make sure that's all the way down. My contact point, 4 foot. Yeah, I can see that. As I drop, I'm going to focus on purposefully keeping the weight here on the outside of the foot. Let this knee come out to allow the hip to rotate. I'm going to lean into it this way so all my weight comes over here and I can push it back in. All right, here we go. This weight is not suggested to do single leg at all. Hopefully you can see this leg and see the rotation a little bit better. I can't just do one on each side. But again, pay attention to that, to what you feel as you're coming down, where you feel the pressure change, and learn how to adjust. Remember to always breathe throughout the entirety of the exercise. Okay. With that, I'm going to let y'all go. That was leg press. day 5 of the 25 days of Fitmas. Luckily, I started this on day 1, so I can use the calendar to tell what day it's supposed to be, because I've already lost track. But to all my dragon riders, thanks for riding with me. Again, this long form will be posted and available in the series. I will be posting the short forms of today and all the previous 4 days soon. You gotta bear with me. I'm working. I'm trying to work, man. But it will all be coming up. So you'll have all that access. Also, if you need a personal trainer, I'm available. I'm located in Woodbridge, Virginia. If you ain't in Woodbridge but you want a personal trainer, I do virtual training. Hit my website, npfdragonfitness.com. I do online programs. I do virtual training via Zoom and FaceTime. I do in-person personal training. I'll come to your gym. I'll come to your house. I got my studio that I use myself. We can train outside. It don't matter where it is. I bring you this work. And if you feel you might not need personal training, but you just want a simple program to follow along with, I got that too already. I got monthly challenges that I'm putting up also on my website that, when you buy into the challenge, some of them are 2 weeks, some of them are for the whole month. And you have the access to that for that entirety of the month. It might be $20, it might be $50. Deals. I know you're trying to save money. I know you're trying to get fit and unbig your back. I'm trying to meet you halfway. So, 25 days of Fitmas. Tomorrow's day 6. We'll figure out what we do tomorrow. Peace and love to all of one. Thank you, Dragon Riders, for riding with me. I love y'all.